Hey everybody, good morning. I'm back. I try to spread out these videos as much as I can because I can get burnt out, and I still have the other heavy metal channel that I go in between, and I have the Sounds of Tranquility channel that I'm creating chill step stuff over there. So but lucky enough, I still get to get some joy, dopamine firing off one way, shape, or another here, talking about music or still writing it, if you can believe it. At my age, in my early 60s, I just got a phone call for a little bit of work. I was like, yay! So, just excited to be a part of the machine still, instead of just sitting on the beach and drinking coffee, which that's not bad either, but I'm just saying. So listen, I am going to be listening to music strictly off of an album, a project of a composer by the name of Thomas Bergersen. And I had a few people suggest him to me in some of his works, and I'm thinking, I looked at some of the names and I go, okay, what game is he part of? And come to find out that these are an assembly of works that came from what was maybe a crowdsource or a public round of demos that then get either reproduced or remastered, I think. What does it say here? Yes, from some demo albums and then got pumped out again. And so, needless to say, today, because of your suggestions from Thomas Bergersen, I'm going to be listening to Protectors of the Earth. That's why I thought it was like a video game, because I went to his Spotify page to look this up, and it's all these, very super cool pieces of artwork and stuff, and very, warlike stuff. So, anyhow, I talk too much, but that's because some badass Death Wish coffee right here keeping me all like fire. All right, so let's do this. By the way, thank you very much for your support. All the links are down below if you're curious about the headsets that I wear, or buy me a cup of coffee, or check out my Patreon. All right, let's do this. This is by composer Thomas Bergersen, and the name of the track is Protectors of the Earth. All right. Oh, I like that. They left a little bit of part of an arrangement, kind of tailing off that tick, 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 tick. You know what was great about this? This is another wonderful expose in composers and their abilities to build arrangements via layers, which this is what this is about, working with an orchestra. You have this massive amount of possibilities with different sections that you can build. And the big thing is how do you hold on to the reins and not let it get away. I loved how this piece starts off very ominous at the bottom. Tone-wise too, so everything's very low and creepy and things are happening and it's about to go down. And he's already started a little bit of a pulse that's going on there. It sounded like it was kind of hard because it seemed like it was pulled back in the mix, but there were these, quarter notes and half notes that were just kind of getting in there, but there was a little something behind it. It sounded like maybe you could see me kind of get into it a little bit and try to hear it. As it started building up, what I loved is we start to get a little bit more of the messaging of the melody in the next turnaround, and he starts to bring up other sections in the orchestra to change the tone quality. And what I mean by that, not the quality, the tone experience. Now we're getting into instruments that have, that play higher in the register. Now you're starting to hear other arrangements being lifted up. Now at the beginning he had in the composer world, different kinds of drums in the percussion department of an orchestra. However, there could be hybrid work, which means a lot of times composers will do things off of modules and then have an orchestra play over it, and then sometimes mix in certain elements just so they can accentuate or make a little more powerful certain things. Not saying that I know that's what's happening here. But the storm drums that were at the very beginning seemed a little bit more smaller and tighter, and as he started building his arrangement, then the timpanis jump in, but his decision to put the timpanis in your face was great, because to me the story was, like I said, this lower ominous start of his arrangements, and then he starts to build up. It's almost like, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get that, we're gonna catch that hill, or we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? It was this build, and we're gonna go, and we're gonna go, we're gonna go, we're gonna go. And another thing about this is this has what I would consider a very contemporary rhythmical value to it. What I mean is it's in 6/8, it seems like. I always say that because I got smoked so many times for being somewhat wrong or something, but da 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 da. It's that kind of like, you hear that in pirate themes. You hear that in all of these, we're gonna kick their ass, kind of charge kind of vibes. Da 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 da. So now we power it all up, and he's got these really fat brass arrangements that are starting to build through that. And those brass arrangements have that gritty kind of rip sound. That's why they call it a rip, or the way they breathe, and they can pull in and out. Those are dynamics in an orchestra. But what I loved is he brought us to a place where he was able to kind of glass that off a little bit, maybe at about 1:30 into this. Typically I would have stopped in the middle, but I realized how short of a piece it was, so I let it go. And he gave us a moment that, to me, with the arrangements as they start to breathe a little bit, almost as if you got to the top of the hill and you're looking out and you're going, oh, not too many are dead, and we've captured the cup of how do you do, or whatever. And I love that. He gave us some time to kind of breathe a little bit, clear our palate, and give us that sensation of, success. That's what I'm getting from it. That's just my interpretation. And then he finally closes it up with a complete powerhouse, people's elbow composition, bring in all the heat of the melody. And another thing that I really did love, and I'm going to be done because I'm just yapping away now. I love when composers use choral voices, but that too could be a beast in of itself with all the other things happening. And I loved his arrangements when the vocals came in, probably at about 30 seconds or something like that. I just love that. You almost kind of felt like, is it coming? Is it coming? Is it going to, there they are, Not that it's predictable, though I just may have seemed it, that's what I just said. It was just a very, rewarding entrance to that arrangement. And I loved it because it wasn't, way over the top as it could be. And that's the trick here, and any composer will tell you that, is you can sit there and you look at what you're writing and you go, that's too much. Or that's not enough, or what if it's a lot of work, My world as a composer is completely different than this, even though I've composed things of this nature, pieces of this nature. My world is completely different. If I get a call for death metal or orchestral or jazz or fusion or quartet music, my job is to do it. you know. But in this case, when they put this much time and energy and strength into it and stuff like that, I love listening to compositions like this that boldly grow and still keep you in the hook. You know, the melody that was playing. Anyhow, gosh, I'm so sorry. If you're still here, type in "I'm still here." I just rattled off. Maybe I should get Mr. Bergersen on for a podcast. What do you think? Should I? Let me know down in the comments. You guys take care. Have a great day. All right, see ya.